Picky eating. Tiny habits that reduce pressure and increase trying. If you are a parent experiencing mealtime battles, if you find yourself feeling frustrated, worried, or even defeated by your child's picky eating, then you are not alone. It is a common struggle that can leave everyone at the table feeling stressed and disconnected. You probably just want your child to eat a balanced meal without a fight, to try new foods, and to develop a healthy relationship with what they put into their bodies. You might worry about their nutrition, their growth, or even what others might think. These are very real and valid concerns, and it is completely normal to feel this way. At Wise Parent, we understand that you are not a bad parent. You are simply navigating one of the most common and challenging aspects of early childhood. Today, we are going to reframe how we look at picky eating. Instead of seeing it as a power struggle or a sign of defiance, we will explore the deeper emotional and developmental reasons behind it. More importantly, I am going to share some tiny, non-threatening habits that you can introduce into your mealtimes to gently expand what your child is willing to try, reduce pressure, and bring more peace and curiosity back to the dinner table. You will learn how to shift from battles to building positive connections around food, fostering a lifelong healthy relationship with eating. If this idea resonates with you already, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Wise Parent, and tell me in the comments how old your child is and one food they absolutely refuse to eat. Your input helps us create more content that supports you. Now, let us talk about the heart of picky eating. Often, it is not just about taste. For young children, especially between the ages of 2 and 5, picky eating can be deeply rooted in a natural fear of new things, known as neophobia, and a strong, developing need for control and autonomy. Think about it. A child's world is largely controlled by adults. They are told when to wake up, what to wear, where to go, and what activities they will do. The dinner table is one of the few places where they might feel they have some power. Saying no to food, even if it is something they once liked, can be a way for them to assert their independence and feel like they have a say in their own lives. From a brain architecture perspective, which we talk about a lot here at Wise Parent, early childhood experiences around food are literally shaping your child's brain. If mealtimes are consistently filled with tension, pressure, and conflict, your child's nervous system can interpret food as a threat. This triggers a stress response, making them even less likely to explore or enjoy new foods. Their little brains are building pathways that associate food with stress, rather than with safety, connection, and pleasure. We want to build brains that connect food with positive experiences. That is why emotional safety at the table is so crucial. When a child feels safe, connected, and unpressured, their brain is more open to curiosity and trying new things. When they feel controlled, they will naturally resist. Our goal is connection over control, even when it comes to carrots or broccoli. So, how do we move away from battles and towards building a positive food experience? It starts with understanding that our role as parents is not to force food into our children, but to provide nourishing options in a supportive environment. The child's job is to decide if and how much they eat. This framework alone can reduce so much pressure for both you and your child. The first tiny habit we can adopt is understanding the power of repeated, non-pressured tiny exposures. Children are often wary of new foods because they are unfamiliar. Their senses are highly tuned, and a new texture, smell, or even color can be overwhelming. The key here is exposure without expectation. Simply having the new food on the plate, without any pressure to eat it, can work wonders over time. Think of yourself as a gentle guide, not a food enforcer. This could look like preparing a meal where a new vegetable is present on your plate, and in a small, separate section of your child's plate. You eat it. You talk about how good it is. You describe its crunch or its color, but you do not tell your child they must eat it. They might push it to the side, or even not touch it for weeks. That is okay. The goal is simply for them to see it, to get used to its presence, to feel safe around it. Studies show that a child might need to be exposed to a new food 10, 15, or even 20 times before they are willing to try it. Patience is truly a virtue here. You are building familiarity, one peaceful meal at a time. This helps their brain register that this new food is not dangerous. This is often where many parents feel the most frustration, because it feels like you are making all this effort for no immediate reward. But remember, you are playing the long game. You are building positive brain architecture around food. If you are finding this perspective helpful, and it is starting to shift how you see your mealtimes, Please share this video with another parent who might be struggling with picky eating. It helps our community grow and supports more families. Another incredibly effective strategy is family-style serving. This habit puts the power of choice directly into your child's hands, which, as we discussed, is so important for their developing autonomy. Instead of plating up individual servings in the kitchen, bring the dishes of food to the table and let everyone serve themselves. You, as the parent, decide what times food options are offered at the meal. Your child then decides which times of those foods they will put on their plate and how much times of it they will eat. For example, if you are having chicken, rice, and green beans, place separate bowls or platters of each on the table. You might serve yourself a bit of everything, perhaps saying, I am really looking forward to these crunchy green beans tonight. Your child then has the option to take a scoop of rice, maybe a small piece of chicken, and they can choose to bypass the green beans entirely if they wish. There is no pressure from you, they are simply making their own choices from the healthy options you have provided. This approach reduces power struggles significantly because you are giving up the control over how much times they eat, and instead focusing on providing nutritious choices. It transforms the meal into an experience of self-selection rather than a battle of wills. This helps them feel competent and in control, making them more open to exploring in the future. The third tiny habit is introducing low-pressure taste tests. This is where we make trying new foods an adventure rather than an obligation. The key phrase here is low pressure. We want to encourage curiosity, not compliance. One way to do this is to introduce the no thank you bite rule. The idea is that your child is encouraged, but not forced, to take one tiny, pea-sized bite of a new or previously disliked food. After that one bite, if they genuinely do not like it, they can politely say, "No thank you," and do not have to eat anymore. The crucial part is that you must honor their no thank you. Do not nag, do not negotiate, do not express disappointment. The goal is to build trust. You can frame this as being a food scientist. Let us be food scientists tonight. This is a purple carrot. What do you think it smells like? What do you think it feels like? How about just one tiny scientist bite to see what it tastes like? You do not have to eat the whole thing. Just a little bit to gather data. Make it a game of exploration. You can talk about the texture, the smell, the color, the sound it makes when you bite it. Is it crunchy? Is it squishy? Is it sour or sweet? These descriptive words are much more effective and less judgmental than good or bad. This also helps children develop a vocabulary for their sensory experiences around food, strengthening their emotional intelligence related to what their bodies prefer. Remember, the aim is to create positive associations. Even if they try it and do not like it, you are celebrating the times trying asterisk, the times courage asterisk, the times curiosity asterisk. You are praising the process, not just the outcome of eating. This builds their inner confidence and security around food. If a child feels safe to say no thank you without punishment or disappointment, they are far more likely to be adventurous next time. Knowing their boundaries will be respected. These small shifts in your approach can make a profound difference. You are not just feeding your child. You are building their emotional resilience, their autonomy, and their positive brain pathways around food. You are showing them that their feelings and choices matter, even at the dinner table. This is the essence of emotionally intelligent parenting. It is about connection first, safety always, and teaching through gentle guidance rather than control. By releasing the pressure, by offering choices, and by celebrating tiny attempts, you are transforming mealtime from a battleground into a peaceful space where your child can explore, learn, and grow, building a healthy and curious relationship with food that will last a lifetime. You are creating a secure foundation for them, knowing they can trust their own bodies and that their boundaries are respected. I encourage you to pick just one of these tiny habits to try this week. Perhaps it is simply placing a new food on their plate without any comment, or trying family-style serving for one meal, or framing a no thank you bite as a fun experiment. Start small, be patient, and celebrate every tiny step forward. If this video has brought you new insights and hope, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to Wise Parent for more supportive content, and share in the comments which tiny habit you are going to try first. We love hearing about your parenting journey. You might also find our video on building emotional regulation through play, helpful for fostering more calm in your family life. Thank you for being a wise parent.